I want to ask you guys about another development today. I hesitate to even raise it because it seems such obvious BS, but okay, let's talk about it. You remember yesterday we talked about the fact that TMZ had received a note, an email from some third party saying, I'm not the kidnapper, but I know who it is. And I want somebody to give me 1 Bitcoin, which is worth about 67,000 bucks. And I will tell you who the kidnapper is. So that didn't happen. Nobody gave him his Bitcoin. And then today, TMZ this morning reported the following. They've received a new email from a person who claims to know the identity of Nancy Guthrie's kidnapper. They received the email just after 8 a.m. Pacific time Thursday. Okay, so 11 o'clock Eastern. And the person who sent the email claimed they are, quote, not being taken seriously, end quote. And they're not happy about that. They went on to say that, quote, he makes some ominous statements in the email. TMZ is cooperating with law enforcement by not disclosing specifics. One thing he makes clear, the situation has changed from Wednesday to Thursday. TMZ goes on to say, quote, as for why he wants a Bitcoin, he says he will need money to lay low after identifying the kidnapper for fear of retaliation. He also worries he might be incriminated, this is a quote, incriminated like that Carlos guy, meaning the delivery man who was detained and released the other day. The email reportedly ends with the sender saying this is their final attempt to, quote, help. By the way, they did also report that TMZ monitored the account that he had linked to. He did link to a Bitcoin account for his big deposit, and they said nothing was deposited. Nothing has been deposited thus far, at least as of the end of the day on Wednesday. So now he's mad. It didn't work. Is this an obvious joke, or what does the FBI do with this?
I just signed it to a new agent, but that's just me. The serious leads are going to be handled by the serious veteran agents, and some new agents going to go.
Oh, you mean like brand new to the FBI?
Yeah, go over there to TMZ and shag this thing. I don't know. I'm saying that with a little bit of tongue in cheek, but come on. I mean, if the FBI, ran out with everything they had, with everything like that, then they wouldn't be able to really find Pac-Man, which is a much more credible lead than this nonsense through TMZ for 1 Bitcoin.
And I assure you, there are psychics and mediums, et cetera, getting in touch with the family and even law enforcement. It's invariable when you work these kind of cases, saying, they'll do it. Well, they would like some money if you could possibly help. They're also coming in free of charge. I'm sure that the body is within 50 miles of a body of water.
Yeah.
Or 25 miles of railroad tracks. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying Mrs. Guthrie is a body at this point, but that's what kind of stuff they call in. I've never had luck with a psychic in that regard. So yeah, you just have to say, contact the FBI. They'll give you at least $50,000 and they'll keep you anonymous. This is a game being played locally, somewhere in the US or somewhere overseas, possibly even tied in to the other Bitcoin people and their scam that they tried to run earlier.
This is a federal offense. I mean, I think this is obstruction of justice, what they're doing here. They're distracting the FBI from solving an actual crime and purporting to have information that we believe do not have. They're lying. And if they told that lie to the face of an FBI agent, it would be another crime. Go ahead, Will.
I mean, I agree with the chaps. I mean, I've dealt with a number of ransom demands and coming through various different mediums, and there's always this kind of small amount that is requested. I know 65,000 doesn't sound like a small amount, but in relative terms, it's a very, very small amount. And if you have someone who is offering to basically say, well, I will give you all that critical information, I'll tell you where the hostage is, but is not able to provide any more substance or any more gravity to that claim, it is just white noise. It's just interference. And again, I agree with James entirely and Fitz that that's something which is batted off to one side. And there are many ways to trace it from an email account. There are lots of very surreptitious ways that I may have allegedly utilized in the past to try and identify the IP address and the actual user themselves. But again, there's a lot of information like what sort of email account? Is it a disposable one? Is it a secure one? Again, there's so much intelligence you can get just from those communications.
Are you at all surprised, Will, that they haven't caught whoever's behind those other Bitcoin demands, who is either pretending to be the kidnapper or possibly is the kidnapper? Are you surprised? Here we are 11 days in and they still haven't made an arrest there?
Well, again, they may not have made an arrest. I mean, I certainly know that the authorities and most certainly the FBI will have the ability to reverse engineer blockchain. You know, blockchain used to be a very, very secure way of people being able to utilize, obviously, the exchange of bitcoins. And it was used very much by the dark web, and it was used by various sort of illicit and criminal enterprises. But nowadays, you can actually reverse engineer and trace back who is the actual wallet owner. So there's a good chance. I mean, the chaps will probably be able to give you a better grasp on this. But in my estimation, they probably may have arrested them, or they're observing them to see whether they have any further intelligence value.
Oh, well, that would be very good news. I will say this, my team's reminding me that TMZ's been getting all of these communications via an anonymous tip form. And that's what the other two news organizations, that's how I think why they were chosen too, because, well, they're local. And they had anonymous tip lines too. That's how this person's been going in. So like not through a traditional email exactly. I don't know. Maybe that makes it tougher. And if so, that person has some level of sophistication. The Bitcoin person, the one who's asking for the money in USD.
Yeah,
Can I
maybe,
make-
but I mean, I've not often, sorry, chaps, I'll just quickly in on this one. I know of enough organizations that have anonymous lines, whether it be for whistleblowing or otherwise, that aren't necessarily as anonymous as one might imagine.
Not like when the feds are involved. Okay, we'll do Fitz and then James. Go ahead.
If I can add here sort of a public statement to everyone who's listening, if you have information about this case, we've seen enough of Abduction Man. You have nothing to worry about. I guarantee you're going to be safe. This is not some worldwide syndicate involved in this. This is not even, organized crime. This is someone that if you have information, call it, get away if you have to, move out of a house for a few days. This will not come back to harm you. This guy is an opportunist. Some pre-planning involved, perhaps. Not a whole lot, I think we're learning here. But this guy, besides what he did to Mrs. Guthrie, and hopefully she's still with us. I'm still keeping positive outlook there. But this guy is probably more of a menace to himself than anything else, certainly any potential witnesses out there. So please contact the FBI. I put out some pointers yesterday with you, Megyn, behavioral characteristics of what this guy's doing now. Please check those out. And that's what he's doing, and that's what he's not doing, and this is going to be who he is.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, James.
Oh, I maybe shouldn't smile as much as I am, but it reminds me a lot of, DB Cooper and Jimmy Hoffa. I mean, as an FBI agent, we probably didn't go a month without somebody coming forward and saying, I know who DB Cooper was, I know who he really was, or I know exactly where Jimmy Hoffa's buried. And if you give me X, I'll tell you. Well, it never happened, and I'm just smiling about it because these cases bring out those types of people.
International disputes, inflation, rising national debt, digital currency. There's a never-ending list of reasons gold has risen over 700% in the last 20 years. And a never-ending list of reasons smart Americans diversify a portion of their savings into precious metals with Birch Gold Group. Gold can thrive during uncertainty, which is why it's a crucial part of a balanced strategy. It gives you peace of mind, given all the events that could impact the U.S. economy. See if holding gold in a tax-sheltered retirement account is right for you. Birch Gold can help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 to receive your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation, just useful information. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider letting Birch Gold help you diversify with gold, so you too can have peace of mind regardless of the uncertainty. Text MK to 989898. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.